I'm on God time, what you want, huh? I'm on God time, what you want, huh? I'm on God time, what you want, huh? What you want, huh? I'm on God time, what you want, huh? What you want, huh? I'm on God time, what you want, huh? God time, we don't never waste. We don't never.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Rocky Top Sports Talk. It's your boy, Coach Rice. On this episode, we're going to be talking about the UAB game as well as breaking down the recap of the Georgia game. I know we didn't get to do a post-game reaction show during the midweek. We were trying to do one Monday night, but my technical difficulties could not get my computer to work. So look forward to having a good show tonight. Got both my boys, Joey Blankenship and Rocky Top Tom in the house. So we're gonna get that rolling. Real quick before I bring them on, y'all go like and subscribe to the channel. Give it a thumbs up. Give the video a thumbs up, as well as go follow us on Rocky Top Sports Talk on Facebook, our Facebook page. I post every time we go live on there. And then go follow us and retweet our stuff on Twitter or X, whatever you call it, at Rocky Top Talks 1. At Rocky Top Talks 1. So give us a like, subscribe on there. Hey, we look forward to talking to you. Hopefully we get some people in the chat tonight. And I know it's a Friday night, Friday night football. So it's people busy. I get it. So, but we're gonna have a good video. We're gonna talk about, like I said, a little bit about the Georgia game, and then we're gonna preview this UAB game. So, with that being said, let me get the ball rolling, get my guys in here, and let's get this show on the road. What's up, guys?
What's happening?
What's going on, brothers?
Oh, not much.
How's it going?
Much. Ready for some Tennessee football. I'm on edge. I mean, anytime I lose, I'm ready for the next week already. But when you lose a game like that, it's like the next game can't come quick enough. So, what y'all's thoughts about going into this week? Real quick, what's up, Fuzzy? Appreciate you coming on, watching the show, brother. Joey, go ahead, man. What's your thoughts going into this week? We know it's supposed to be a down team, but we're playing against. But what's your thoughts?
I didn't know much about them up until I did some digging on them, I guess you'd say, and I think we'll do what we want to do whenever we want to do it, for the most part. They do have some studs on the offensive side of the ball, though. Some guys that can make some plays. So that'll be the key, and probably honestly a good test for us for the upcoming Mississippi State game as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts, Tom?
Well, on the UAB, we ought to be able to run over them. But we were texting about that earlier. We ought to be able to roll over them, and I want to see the defense just give us a shutout. Just get pissed, go out there, get a shutout. Don't give up a single point. Don't let them cross the 50. Don't let them get but 100 yards of offense, and that's just getting to the 50 and punting it every time. I mean, that's it, man. They need to be mad after what happened, though. They need to focus the energy and just refocus, because they do that, they could absolutely crush them.
Yeah, no doubt. I think this team's gonna have a chip on its shoulder. You look back at Coach Heupel's teams from 21 to now. These type of games, they don't sleep on them. They just don't. They don't have Butch Jones or Jeremy freaking Pruitt there that show up to these games and sleepwalk and it just come out and expect to win. They don't do that. Coach Heupel makes sure these teams are ready to go, and they're going to go dominate. I have full confidence in that. Obviously, I want to get out of the game healthy because we got some big SEC games coming up after this one. So, well, real quick, before we really dive into the UAB game, because I know we got some stuff on that, let's recap this and tie a bow on it.
Hmm.
This Georgia game because I outside of the loss and a couple of defensive miscues, I loved everything about Saturday. I think you're setting the path for where, and people have been saying it, the national media, everybody. That's the reason why we didn't drop in the bowls. In fact, I even felt like we should have gained some spots in the polls. But the Tennessee's there. They're right there on edge. They show they're a national championship playoff contender, and did it against an elite physical team that's got 5 stars all over the field. That we have struggled with year after year after year. And Coach Heupel went out, and what did he do? He put up 41 freaking points on them.
Yep.
So if you would have told me they would have blown the over out by like crazy, I mean, it's just I would have thought you were insane with these two defenses. But hey, give it hats off to the playmakers, the quarterbacks, and the OCs for dialing up some good game plans. So, what's your thoughts, Joey? Just recapping the Georgia game and everything that happened there.
Well, we come out guns blazing, and of course we love that. That was one of our key points to start fast. And I don't know. I'm a coach, or I'm a couch coach, and I don't have all my degrees in the X's and O's, but it just seemed like we slowed down at odd times. And I'm sure they had a game plan for that, but me, I couldn't wrap my mind around it because it felt like we had them on their heels. Like, I mean, we could have done anything we wanted to, and we just we stopped. Now, obviously, on the run game, I was kind of disappointed because we just didn't execute there like we should have. And, and I think we threw them for a loop because I think they were expecting us to try to run it down their throat to open up the pass game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I mean, guy was 14 of 14 in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
how crazy was that?
Who in the world thought that was going to happen? Nobody.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it by no means. But I don't know. I believe that they went after the spots they needed to get the win. They went after Ty Redmond, and they went right at our defensive line where our two weaknesses, if we have any, are right there. No offense to Ty Redmond, no offense to the defensive line. We're running short, handed on our depth there on the defensive line and at cornerback, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Three different chances we could have won that game.
Yeah.
3 different chances.
Not even say
the 4th down stop.
Yeah.
The 2-point conversion and the field goal.
Yep.
Those 3 plays right there, it had to be a perfect throw on the 4th down.
Yeah.
Had to be an outstanding catch. And then I'll give it to Bobo on the 2-point play. That was
2-point play.
Honestly though, if you watch that play, like I've watched it 100 times, I don't know what our defensive backs were doing right there.
It just miscommunication.
Yeah, it was bad assignment, or miscommunicating. Yeah.
That's what that motion
play
does.
was for. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I think I'm gonna go through my notes and then I'll pass it on to y'all. I think our wide receivers look great. 1,000%. I'll give them an A+ rating. Aguilar looked great for the most part. I don't understand why he's throwing the deep ball off his back foot though. I don't. That's driving me absolutely nuts. All 3 of them, the one that got picked and the 2 that Brazel caught for touchdowns, were all off his back foot.
Yep.
I played quarterback growing up. I don't know a ton about it, but I know a little bit about it. That ain't ever gonna work.
No.
Running backs, when they got the opportunity, I thought they did what they could with what they were given. Star Thomas is just a dude, bro. I mean, that's all it is to it. He's a guy. Colton Hood is the real deal.
Yeah, he is.
Other than the pass interference that they call, or the hold, whatever, and then he tipped it and intercepted it, they didn't really go at him.
No, they went after Redmond and our safeties all day.
Right, the whole time. I will say this: we lost that game, but
the referee
missed the 100% on that last drive when they called that. That was uncatchable.
Yeah,
He did.
And then they called it on somebody he wasn't even throwing the ball to.
exactly.
That's what killed me. But anyway,
Mhm.
the only thing that I think I would have wanted to see, maybe on the drive where Georgia knows they got to have a stop when we cover the fumble. The only thing that I think I wanted to see there is possibly a a running back screen
Yeah,
like we did against Syracuse because they were over aggressive there, and they knew we were going to run the ball.
yeah,
I don't know how Kirby Smart drew it up. He knew we were going to run the ball, play it safe, and settle for the field goal. Take us up. He knew that's what we were going to do. But I
So
wish we
say it
would
again. Which play did you want to hear, or did you want to see?
running back screen like we did
A
against Syracuse.
screenplay.
Yeah,
Thank you. I was
yeah.
shouting at
Not
the
even
television to
yeah.
run a
I was mad.
screenplay because they
It
wanted
was
us.
open.
Yeah.
Oh, it was open. My God,
Yeah.
it was open. They flooded the box and they may have disguised it well. I don't know. I was watching somebody this week that said it's not that it was bad play calling, it was poor execution.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that could be said for any play that don't work. But anyway,
Yeah.
I just feel like that is, or even in overtime. Now, I will say this: was it Mike Matthews in overtime? The pass?
yeah, yeah.
It wasn't his fault. It was a bad throw.
Bad
It was
throw.
bad.
He threw it 120 miles an hour, 5 yards away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if he catches that, it's a tutty. There was
Yeah.
nobody around him, and he's fixing to take it to the house.
That's true.
Just we were about 5 plays there that completely changed the outcome of that game.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's my spiel on it.
No, and I agree though. I mean, and just to go over your spiel real quick, and then Rocky, I'll let you go. I mean, I agree with everything you said there. I think you hit it spot on about the 3 chances to win, and I'll just add on to it. They had multiple, like I'm talking about double digit chances to win because
Yeah.
like it's the point that we're up 21-7. We the strip sack fumble. You should have went down there and ended the game.
Yes.
You go down there and score. You keep being aggressive. That game's over. I think there's several outcomes in which we could have had if 1 or 2 things just happens differently. But I think the overall game plan, even defensively, I think the game plan was there. I think the execution of the game plan really hurt in this, especially the third quarter and midway through the second quarter. And then I think it took us a little time to adjust offensively when defensively they made their adjustment in the second quarter. I think Coach Heupel and Coach Halsley recognized it, and that's the reason why we came out balls blazing in the third quarter and in the fourth quarter. But outside of just the non-aggressive play calling, which a lot of people said it was aggressive play calling when we ran the ball 3 straight times and kicked the field goal. I think that it's just you need to do more there. All 3 times they went to a numbers game and they did what the numbers told you to do on those 3 downs where we end up having to kick a field goal. But I like I said, overall, I think they played great. Any other team in the SEC, we win on Saturday, and I'm so thrilled with the team, the coaching staff, the environment, the recruiting opportunities that it brought up, and just so much more. So, Rocky Top Tom, I'm gonna let you hammer your thoughts.
Man, I'm happy for the team that they played as well as they did because, I mean, honestly, I'll get this out the way first. I don't feel like that was a good that game really sticks in my soul, man. I was there when Pig Howard fumbled it through the end zone for a touchback. That killed me. I thought about that for so many years, and I still haven't gotten over that. This one is going to take a lot to get over, and I know there's a bright lining to the cloud for sure. The offense looked great except for the 10 penalties for 82 yards. That wasn't all offensive. A lot of that was defensive, but still the team overall, they played. They really did. The defense, short-staffed, I have a different opinion on this than a lot of people. I think that the defense has played as well as it has played in the last few years, despite Tim Banks, not because of him. I think we got really good personnel that they're killing themselves on the field, even if they're young, they're freshmen, they're backups, what have you. They're trying to perform, and Ty Redmond didn't get beat all game. When they picked on him on play one, I said, man, this is going to be a long route because that's just not good. But it wasn't even that he got beat constantly, Now, as far as play calling, we had probably 5 or 6 chances to win that game at the end of the game in the last few minutes. You go back to the fumble, and even that 3 run-in plays in a row, I don't have a big problem with that. I was actually, other than just yelling at them to run a screen, hey, at least they didn't just chuck it for an incompletion down the field. That it takes guts to run it on 3rd down and against Georgia too. We only ran it just over 30 times for 125 yards. So, we ran the ball. We just didn't run the ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I got you.
That execution. And here's the thing. I got a video. I don't know if I'm going to actually be able to share it the way I want to. Let's see.
Add it to the stage.
Is it there we go. All right. So look at the formation we got, okay? Yeah. We've got 6 linemen. We got tailback and quarterback. We got 8 in the box total. We scored on a QB keep on the first possession of the game. It looked beautiful. It was old school football. You got a tailback leading.
Now, it was power.
It was beautiful. In this initial look here, their center linebackers coming down. They're going to line up right over top the A gaps, but he doesn't necessarily line up their right side. Well, in our perspective, their right side linebacker 3 there. He's right over top of Sham. And I watched the other day as a lot of people got on him and saying, oh, well, they need to pull him. He got beat. I can tell you right now, when you're running a gap play, and I'll just go ahead and kill the suspense here. This is a gap. When you're running gap and you've got the 2nd or 3rd best linebacker in the country or what have you lined up nose to nose over top of you, the hardest thing to do is step down inside like your assignment is and not blow the entire front and then open up another gap that's not accounted for. And you know what? He chips them. He just doesn't actually get the whole block. But, he's lined up right over top of them. Their helmets couldn't be perfectly more lined up. That's a tough block to pull off. And, of course, if I hadn't cut it the wrong way, you would see. Now, his first step was great. First step was inside, exactly where it's supposed to be. But he could have driven them down the field at this point, right? Yeah. So I'm not completely trying to save his tail here and say, but these are the little things that when you're playing Georgia, I'm sitting here rewinding it like a weird freako. As the game's going on, I'm sitting here watching blocks, like, man, that's going to kill us, or what have you. It is what it is. And then, of course, the rest of the play. We get a good pull. The pull is good. The block is good. But, of course, he just doesn't get downfield because then the safety comes up, 31 here comes up and makes a play. Look at that. Look at that. That's what we saw last year for Dylan Sampson all day long. And they couldn't even do that really when it mattered against Georgia either. So, you got an elite tailback even last year couldn't pull this off. If Georgia plays you right, they're going to do it. It came down to that last little bit, and we just didn't quite have it on. Just lining the field goal up. Yeah. Lining the field goal up right there at the end of the game. Like, get it to the center of the field. Yeah, I love Max Gilbert. Love him to death. I can't stand that people hold this against him for missing that field goal because I would love to see all the people giving him a hard time make that kick. Yeah. But line the ball up. in the center of the field. Do it. Like, I don't know what it is with these young kickers the last 10, 15 years thinking that they got to, because they're right-footed, they got to go from the left hash so that they can kick a field goal. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
And the play calling, not to center the ball, and defensively, we got. I gotta say it. We had defensive series where we had 6 plays, 75 yards. Now that only took 3.5 minutes, but still, that was impressive. You know, that was their response to our first drive. They got a touch. Then to tie it at 14, they had 9 plays, 72 yards. Yeah. Just impressive. Not one penalty. And then they had 14 plays, 76 yards, or I'm sorry, 75 yards. And 13 of those were runs.
Yeah, that was first half, second half.
At that point, I knew that we were in for a dogfight, an absolute dogfight, because they were really just, you can't, that's like when you're playing NCAA and you see on the screen somebody's got 15 minutes time of possession, and you've got, you got 6 or 5 minutes, and you're sitting there thinking, well, I got the big plays. Well, what if they shut down the big plays, which they did? And then they go 8 more plays for 70 yards with the field goal because Timmy finally decided he wanted to put 7 in the box and stop the run. And then you got 9 more plays, 8 of which were running for 75 yards and another tutty. I mean, I'm just sore, man. I'm so sore. I was yelling at the TV. My family doesn't want to be around me on game day, and Georgia is the reason that is a fact. Yeah. It just really sticks in my craw. It really does, and it's going to be hard to get over that one.
Well, and I'm going to let Joey, build onto this. The run, you know as well as I do, and every Tennessee fan and every Georgia fan even, Kirby Smart went in that locker room and got into some tail.
Yeah.
He said, we're not being physical. We're not at the line of scrimmage on the defensive side of the ball, on the offensive side of the ball. And then they established, hey, we're going to be the most physical team that first drive of the second half. We're going to run it right down your throat, try to stop us. Obviously, we killed us a couple times. Like if Braylon Staley's got a massive play if he don't slip. And unfortunately, it ends up being an interception. But he catches that ball in stride. The safeties are split. Staley is up the seam, gone if he catches that ball in stride. Because the linebackers had split. It was an angle route, and the safeties were playing shell 2, and all he had to do is make one linebacker miss after getting the catch, and he's gone. So that's unfortunate. But, Joey, go ahead and add anything you want to say to that. Just the mistakes that did cost us the game.
Yeah, so I don't know if we need to buy Staley some more cleats, if we need to start a GoFundMe or what. He failed on that one, interception, obviously.
Yeah.
The very next dadgum series, he slips again, but thank God he made the catch. Yeah. And it was on third and about 6 or 7 yards, and he makes a catch over on the sideline. I was like,
nice catch.
What are we doing? Like, bro, get your feet under you.
Yeah.
We just defensive line, man, they whooped our tail. I really didn't think that our defensive line, I mean, I knew we'd be in trouble because of our depth, but I didn't think their offensive line would take us to the woodshed like that.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe after we kicked the field goal in overtime that maybe we might buck up there. And we were expecting up the middle, and they took it right around the end, and that was it. I knew when they got that run, we pretty much were done for, barring a turnover or something like that.
We had a lot of alignment issues for sure. And this right here, to what you're talking about, alignment issues, miscommunications, got another video pulled right up. My buddy already broke this down. I'm not trying to rip him off, but this right here, let me see here. We got, Getting Beat Badly is the name of this video. Do you see it loaded up, or is it not?
Yeah, I got it.
Nice. Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
So Defensively, I was not someone who enjoyed particularly playing defense, but I at least know this. You don't line up like this over top of 3 to the left.
No.
Okay. You don't line up like this over 3 to the left. You could ride, if you've got even a mediocre receiver in that inner slot, he can ride those 2 blocks and evade a third guy for at least 8 to 10, 12 yards. And then you talk about churning your feet. So you're going to get at least like 12 to 15. But of course, we all know what's about to happen. Bad angle.
Yep.
Bad angle on that little bubble screen. And I don't know. I mean, at this point,
just a late jump all the way around too.
Yeah.
All the way
and
around.
a late jump. So he's aiming in the right direction here, but he then takes a horrible angle and doubles down on his mistake in the alignment mistake. And he's killing himself because look, about to go right outside. Yep. You should have absolutely been beelining to the sideline, man.
Yep.
When you got beat like that in the formation and you saw that throw, you should have been beelining because you got 8 other guys from the interior that hopefully you're going to hope to the heavens are behind you and they got you back there. I mean, that kind of thing just kills me to watch. And I know y'all probably were yelling at the TV too. I mean, it absolutely kills me on stuff. And that was one of so many. We got run on with 6 in a soft zone box.
Yeah.
For 75 to 80% of that game. And they absolutely they didn't have to throw it downfield one time. They really didn't. They did, and they did it well. And hey, tip of the hat to Gunnar Stockton. He played well.
Yeah.
But we also made him look like we did with Graham Mertz a few years ago.
Yeah,
we made him look like an All-American. That defense got to get rolling as far as the scheme. The players are getting let down by a lack of preparation against certain looks. And even when you are expecting something, because it's lined up in front of you, our defense is still running a soft zone 6 box. Like, just get beat deep.
Yeah.
Do it. Just don't line up and let them run down your throat.
Yeah.
Just get beat deep. Because at a certain point, it's like we were talking about the Ohio State game, that playoff game last year. Just get beat deep and stop the run. Don't let them just methodically pound it down your throat. And 198 yards, that's too shy of 200. They could have run for 400 against that.
Yeah.
And it would have taken until the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter for Timmy to say, you know what, maybe we'll put 7 or 8 in the box in the last 5 minutes and see if that does something. Just aggravating.
Yeah, and a lot of it, and I'm going to throw it to Joey here in a second. The angles from our linebackers, the angles from our safeties were miserable. Boo and Jalen McMurray had bad games.
Yeah.
Just like that play right there. If Boo takes an outside shoulder, he knows where Colton Hood is. If Boo takes outside shoulder there and forces him into Idris Farouk there, Idris Farouk is the player that's going to make the play. But if Boo keeps that outside shoulder, he knows no one's on his outside. If he keeps that outside shoulder free, he can force the Zachariah Branch back inside for Idris Farouk to make a play. So, I think there's a lot that we made mistakes-wise and still look great. I talked about, the national media, On 3, ESPN, whatever, just had glowing remarks about Tennessee. Like, if they would have won, like Kirk Herbstreit can go out the way, even though I can't stand him.
Right.
I can't stand both of them. But I there's a couple things Herbstreit does that I do like, though. So, but I think overall, the process in which we're at right now, because we're winning recruiting battles, we're doing the right things. We show we're competing against top tier teams. Now we just got to go learn how to win against an elite team. Now we did it against Alabama, but Alabama just ain't. It just they're not Alabama 20 10 to 2020. They're not that the last 2 years they haven't been last 3 years really haven't been 2010 to 2020 Alabama. So
sure.
So what I want to ask you, Joey, what's the next step in the process? Like, how can we get to that point where we beat Georgia?
Well, obviously we got to be healthy.
Yeah,
and we keep beating that dead horse, but my gosh, what if we just have Ricky Gibson? Not even Jermod, but Ricky Gibson.
Yeah.
Now, what do you do if you got Ricky Gibson and anyway, I know everybody can say
that too.
Yeah,
that too.
You're absolutely right, man.
Dave, I know everybody can say that teams got, but we got to get healthy first and foremost, and then second, like my keys, if you'll remember last week, were Heupel's got to call a game and a half, and he did for the most part. He called a great game.
Yep.
Tim Banks did not.
No.
There was no pressure on that quarterback whatsoever. And the sack that we did get, the two, we had the strip sack, right? No, just one. Yeah. So we had one sack. And it took forever to get that one.
Yeah.
He held on to the ball way too long. He held on
to the ball. That was his fault. That's Gunnar Stockton's fault all day long. But we didn't put him into any situations. It was, I don't know. Zachariah Branch didn't beat us.
No.
Like he had that one catch and then the 2-point conversion. That's really basically all he did. Now, granted, that's a long touchdown, but better angle right there. Offensively, I think Heupel's got his groove back. He got a quarterback he can trust to call the plays that he wants to call. I'm hoping that's all it was the past couple of years with Milton and
that's what it looks like. Yeah.
Nico. That's what it appears to be. I think we all can agree there. But we got to do something defensively. Like I don't know. Again, last year our defense was unbelievable, and I know we lost several guys, but I think Rocky Top Tom, I think you're 100% right. It's been in spite of Banks instead of because of Banks.
We've got the best defensive line coach in the universe. Like, there's nobody better at the business than Anthony Garner. And I swear the personnel and Coach Heupel building a family atmosphere, drawing the caliber athlete. Who would have thought that Jermod McCoy was going to be the absolute stud of the cover corner that he was last year? And they still almost gave away a couple games on the defensive scheme. Yep. I mean, that just, like, you think back to Alabama last year with Nealon rocking. Man, it was like an AC/DC concert in there. I had a buddy tell me, and if it wasn't for Milroe not being able to hit a bull in that butt with a base
we'd have been in trouble.
Yeah, man. I mean, missing 5 throws in the fourth quarter on wide open receivers. Like, it's just a scheme standpoint. And you know what? The personnel makes up for it a lot because Jermod McCoy made plays last year. And the defense still making plays this year still. I mean, it's not like they're just not making plays. But it's definitely not the Jimmies and Joes anymore.
No,
it's like, hey, we got to wake up and get that killer defensive coordinator mindset that, okay, well, guess what? 4 times in a row, we're going to do a certain type of scheme. We're going to vary off of it a little bit, but then we're going to get you guessing because for the rest of the game, we're running 2-3 plays at a time with different looks, all of it. Like, where was – when we started doing that against Syracuse, and I think you mentioned that after that game, you said, hey, I didn't think we needed to do it against that team. But I started thinking after that, I said, well, you know what? We are going to need to do it against Georgia. Didn't do it. Yeah. Hardly much. I mean, they really didn't give them different looks and make them guess. They just basically lined up and let them run the football.
Yeah.
100%.
Real quick, Fuzzy, hey, I've been shouting that dude out like constantly on this channel. Some guy network, he does awesome. Rick Austin, he is a great breaker down of film, and he does a great job, and he's very unbiased. Yes, he's a Bulldog fan, but one of these times when we play Georgia, I'm hoping to get him on here and do a little preview of the Georgia game at some point. next couple of years or so. But or just have him come on and talk because he loves Coach Heupel. He loves what Coach Heupel does offensively, and so Joey, one thing I would like to tag, like what's in this game. Obviously, we saw offensively Joey Aguilar make plays early on. Escaped a couple pressures, made throws down the field. They were mixing up the looks. What's a down point? Even though we scored 41 points, and we talked about the run game, and I will say this: the tight ends to me have been a letdown this year so far.
Yeah.
I think that we were so hyped about them, and I know the wide receivers have been killing it, so that may be part of the deal. But Miles Kisselman, I think, needs more targets. I think they're doing some things that schematically keeps it's just 2-man routes when we have 12 personnel in the game. So what's something, and so that would be my thing as far as something I want to see moving forward that from what we've seen up to this point, what's something you want to see moving forward to kind of help? And you can do offensively and defensively, you do both, but we've got 3 we're a quarter of the season out of the way. I mean, it's crazy to think, but
it is.
Before we start breaking down this UAB game, what's something, and that we pretty much tied a bow on that Georgia game, but what's something you want to see that we haven't seen through a quarter of the season this team get better at?
So I'm not going to say get better at for offense because I think we're doing a pretty good job. But something I would like to see added to the run game possibly is like some misdirection.
Yeah.
Maybe a counter or two instead of just the read. I know it's a RPO type deal. Yeah. I get that, but my gosh, what a counter move would do every once in a while.
Yeah.
If we block it right, which, Tom poured it up a while ago and it was there, dude just made a good play for the most part.
I loved watching that video. I hated watching that video, but I loved watching it because every single daggone offensive lineman we had lined up on the line of scrimmage took a right step about 6 inches. It was perfect.
Oh, yeah.
And except for the pull guy, of course, he kicked out pretty decent. He probably could have gotten lower on his block and really cleared out a hole. Yep. And given, I think it was Bishop is the tailback there, a little bit more of a look. But, yeah, we run counters and we run gaps, but we don't run them enough.
No, we don't.
I mean, that's my favorite blocking scheme in the
Absolutely.
world. You could just gap somebody 6-7 times in a row and then come out on the next series and run a zone play to start off. I mean, really get them guessing, just like with defense, But yeah, that offense, it was clicking. I almost peed in my pants looking. I mean, just with giddy happiness the first quarter because they were clicking and they didn't even let the mistakes get in their way. They just kept rolling. And what happens? I've never understood it as a player for over a decade. And then as a coach after, I'll never understand what makes it stop. But sometimes it literally just stops for no reason at all. And then you just pick it back up.
Yeah, I know Georgia adjusted well.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I was going to say. Yeah,
Georgia Kirby Smart is Kirby Smart. That dude's he's freaking defensive genius. So I know that, but we should have expected them. That's my point. Like as coaching, I don't. The kids played great. I know we had a couple slip ups. I will say this about Ty Redmond: he kept jumping on the first move, and that's what killed him.
Yeah,
they kept doing the little stop and go, and that's what got him. He bit on the first move, and then it was over from there. But like Heupel should have expected Kirby Smart to have a game plan.
Yeah,
for anything he threw at him. Like he should have expected that. And anyway, I was watching something the other day or reading somewhere. I don't remember what it was. It's been a long week.
Get it.
But they put out the grades for each position group for each team, and we beat them in every position, and we still lost the game.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's crazy. It's just I don't know. Offensively, I would like to see a little. If somebody was to, everybody was talking about after Hooker left that the Heupel effect was done, that they figured it out. They could stop the. Obviously, that's not true. It just it was the quarterback.
We're sixth in the nation in scoring right now. So
yeah,
Yeah,
you get them
yeah.
out of position, you got them by the short ones. I
And
mean,
here's what's crazy. That's the turnover with Syracuse where we're driving to score. That's a couple bad passes from. Well, one of them wasn't a bad pass, but the other one was a bad pass. The first interception was just bad off his back.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Offensively, I think we're there. I believe we all agree on that. Offensively, we're there, and it's only going to get better, especially when Sanders. Hopefully, Sanders. I'm beginning to wonder if they're just going to redshirt the guy.
do it.
At this point. Why?
Yeah.
Why not? I know he probably wouldn't be happy, but that's the feeling I'm getting. Now, defensively, I would. Man, I just
gotta get healthy. That's my biggest thing.
healthy and make the play, like tackle somebody. My gosh, how many times did they get loose? I don't know.
I agree. I agree. I'm not there with you.
13 out of 14 plays on the second half drive were runs, and I want to know how many missed tackles. Like, I don't know that off the top of my head.
Good bit.
Sam probably could tell us right now, but
I got you. I'm not even kidding you. On that 14 play drive for 75 yards and a tutty.
Yes, sir.
That's the kind of stuff that Navy used to do to people. Well, they probably still do, but I don't watch them anymore because I don't have enough time. We had 8 missed tackles in 5 plays.
Yeah.
And on runs to start the first 5 play. And they did have one play get called back because of a penalty. I can't remember exactly which penalty it was. Might have been an illegal motion or something.
Yeah, I think it's illegal.
Yeah. Which I don't know, man. The receiver was not moving forward in my mind. But anyway, we got lucky on that one. So, you talk about missed tackling.
It killed us.
You know how Chris Brazzell showed up? That was his coming to the scene party on Saturday.
Yeah.
When you're shorthanded on defense, you need somebody like AC or Edwin Spill or somebody to come up and say, you know what, we're shutting this thing down. Like right now, we're at home, we got our crowd behind us, and we're not giving them one more yard. Not 1 yard on one drive when we need to. Find it in yourself to just one time and overcome the bad positioning or whatever it is you're being put in. That
Herring played well, man.
He did play well.
Like he was playing like a man possessed by something. I was waiting on somebody, like you're saying, to be that guy on the defensive side of the ball, and he kind of showed glimpses of it. We just got to find a way to, and again, I guess it's just the depth and maybe, I don't know, but we got to find a way to get some pressure on the darn quarterback, or we're gonna be in trouble all year.
And I will say this, and it's excuse after excuse with injuries, but what's up, baby girl? But the interior of the defensive line has got to, once they get healthy, because what it did was it moved Dominique Bailey to interior, and you won't, obviously Tyree West is playing really good, Tyree Weathersby's playing really good, but if we could add Davian Hobbs, Jackson Moy, get them back on the interior. You had some of these young guys get some PT when they weren't really expecting to get PT. Now you're building some great depth there. Mm-hmm. You hopefully get Jamal McCoy back. That's I've heard some things this week I don't like to hear. I don't want to hear about Jamal McCoy skipping the season because his agent's telling him he just needs to skip it.
I hope that's not true.
But the impact in which he would have, unfortunately, Ricky Gibson's out for the year. I just think, you got Ty Redmond in a spot there. It's just going into the later on in the SEC play, whether it be Mississippi State or whoever. Arkansas's got a great offense. Alabama, offensively, even though, they look like they've figured some things out. Oklahoma's looking like they're really good. So you got to get these guys on the defensive side of the ball healthy.
Yep.
David Sanders, I want David Sanders to play, but that offensive line has done some things so far, and you just did it against the best defensive line unit over the last 10 years in history. A known history, defensive line wise, and you just did it to that unit. Now, granted, they don't have a top 5 draft pick on that defensive line this year, but they're doing things that I think that we need to recognize that health is a major reason why we're not being as successful on defense.
Right.
Because, I mean, it just is what it is. You can't replace Jackson Moyes with who's a game changer, and David Hobbs, who is expected to take a massive like Amari Thomas type role this year because of how big he is. With Ethan Utley and Isaiah K. You just can't expect, even though they're high rated guys, they're freshmen going up against Georgia Bulldogs, their first SEC game. So I think I give a little bit of that. That's the reason why I'm still just crazy thrilled about the way we played. Obviously, we had our miscues. I'm not saying we didn't have our miscues, but I'm pumped, and I think we're what's up, Amy? But
shout out to my nephew Sam. What's up, buddy?
There you go. What's up, Sam? But we're she's my classmate.
Yep.
So, but I thought we did several great things. Just to tie a bow on it, you got to move on. You cannot let the Georgia game affect the next game. You can't let Georgia make you 0-2 over the last 2 weeks. You have to move on, take the next game approach. As Josh Heupel says, every press conference, every game is different.
Yep.
Last week's game does not affect this game. So we're going to move on. Let's talk about UAB for about 10, 15 minutes and just, get into P's and Q's of it. Obviously, we all expect as Tennessee fans for it to be a blowout. Their defense is so bad.
It's very bad.
I think they're worse than ETSU defensively.
100%. 100%.
So offensively, I think they'll give us some tests, but defensively, they got some problems. And old Trent Dilfer is going to be, cussing somebody out on the sideline like he did at Lipscomb Academy a few years ago, coaching high school ball. So, Rocky, what's your first takes? What do you want to see coming out of this game?
It's a strange situation. I found myself in a strange situation about what I thought I wanted from the ETSU game a couple weeks ago. I didn't know if I wanted our starters in the whole time to get reps, or if I wanted the depth to get the reps, or what. It's another strange situation. Defensively, I want the starting 11 out there. I know injuries, but at a certain point, you got to get reps. And if this is just me, but for the defense, they got to make, hey, nice. You put this graphic up here. Look at this stretch here over the next 7 weeks. Got the bye week, 8 weeks technically. We got 2 perfectly placed bye weeks. You're going to get rested. But just you got to get these reps. I don't want them to cross the 50, but I want them starting from their own 20 and getting maybe 25, 30 yards so they get a first down, so they can get different looks, they can get reps, and then shut them down. I know that's picking and choosing, but that's what I want. The offense is going to do what they're going to do. They might go for 600 yards of offense on Saturday. They probably will. Yeah, that'll be like oh my gosh, they got 700 yards of offense. That's fine. I'm not going to be watching the offense very much at all. Going to be watching the defense. I want to see all the depth guys. Like, where's Ethan Utley been? Like you said, you can't expect him to do anything against a seasoned Georgia O-line, but still, I want to see him out there for more than just 1 rep a game or something like that. I mean, he's got to get out there. We got starting guys that are out. You just got to build them up. And you know what? Next year, they're going to be 1,000% better for it.
Yeah,
they'll be 1,000% better for it. That's so I'm getting choosy, but if I could have a perfect universe, that's what I'd want.
Yeah, I got you. All right, Joe, what do you want to see coming into this UAB game?
Well, watching them play again, I watched them play Alabama State and Navy. And Navy, of course, ran all over them.
Yeah.
They played Navy, believe it or not, they played Navy better than they did Alabama State. But anyway, their defense just it ain't there.
No.
I will say this: that Alabama State quarterback was legit.
Yeah.
I mean, that kid was all over the field. Anyway, they got some playmakers on offense. Of course, the quarterback from Florida transferred in from Florida. And then I think the receivers, number 1, they line up people everywhere. It's number 1, number 11, and number 4.
I'm just going with their numbers, but
yeah, they like number 11 would line up in the backfield some, and he'd line up at slot some. Number 4 was a running back. Anyway, they like to do a lot of quick stuff. They don't hold the ball long.
That's good.
He throws to get tested
that way. Yeah,
he throws so like he'll throw off balance, man. I was baffled by what he was doing with his mechanics. They were terrible. But he does have a cannon, so could be some good chances for our defensive backs to get some good work. I want to see some turnovers, man. We desperately need some turnovers. We had one, obviously 2 last week, but one was at the end of the half where wasn't anything we could do, and the second one we didn't take advantage of it like we all thought we should have. Their offensive line is not very good either. Like Alabama State was all in their backfield, so was Navy. Anyway, I'm not seeing anything special with them at all. Just I guess my word for the whole year is to dominate.
Yeah.
Like, just go in, and I think we're favored by 38.5 points.
Yeah. Go cover it. Go beat.
Yeah. Go cover it, and then you got to put up like 60 or so.
I think we could put up 100 points if we wanted to. Like, we could run for 600 yards this week, no doubt.
Yeah,
I would love every second of that.
I agree. I think you got to get Peyton Lewis going.
Yes.
Obviously, Star Thomas has been that and more. Like, he has been him, like HIM, capitalized
he's
him.
A dude.
But I think you just got, as far as his attitude, his attention, and all that going forward through the rest of the season, because he's one sprained ankle away from being massive for us.
Yeah.
So I think there's that, and then just keep doing what you're doing offensively. Aguilar, be good with the ball. Like Joey said earlier, I want to see those Brethren Staley against Syracuse type deep balls where we're leading them in stride. Obviously, Brazil, you go keep doing what you're doing,
Good
dude.
Lord.
But
can you imagine what that game's like if he don't catch those?
Oh, we're in trouble if he don't catch those. So
yeah,
but there's a lot that Joey Aguilar's done great, but that's something I want to see better. I want to see him hit those couple. I mean, I get it every once in a while. You're not going to hit them in stride every time, but at least hit 2 a game in stride where they're not having to go make some crazy play on the ball. And then I'm going to go back to my key from earlier. I want to see the tight ends being used more. I think, and I want to see Deshaun Brame and Jack Van Doorslayer, tear it up. I mean, if Miles Kitselman gets a week off, I'm fine with that. He knows what he's doing. Play him first couple drives, go score 14 points, and then give Miles Kitselman the rest of the week off. Let Ethan Davis get some confidence going, and let JVD and Brain get hot and really understand what it's like to play tight end in these college football games. So, and then interior of the defensive line, got to bring it. Can let excuses be and injuries be your downfall. So, all right. So we've talked about UAB a little bit. Joey and Tom kind of covered it. John Kitten is their quarterback. They got some athletes on the offensive side of the ball. Just breaking down from what I saw on film, Joey said they get the ball out quick. That's spot on. They do jet motions. They do trade motions, kind of like Florida. They'll flip guys. They'll get wide receivers in the backfield, kind of like you see the Miami Dolphins do with Tyreek Hill. They move guys around to keep you off balance and on your toes, especially the linebackers and safeties. So you get our eyes have to be on point this week. Defensive side of the ball, we cannot be sleeping with guys coming out of the backfield. They'll hit us with a rail route from the tailback or wide receiver in the backfield, and try to match us up with a linebacker against one of their speed guys, and then we'll have issues. So, got to do be aware of that. Got to do a good job of that, and then special teams, be better this week. Yep. Be better this week. What's up, Bubba? Come here, buddy. Come here.
Yeah, they gotta contain. Oh, the star of the show.
The star of the show is
There's
here.
little Jay Rice.
Yeah, Dad. You
say go Vols.
Say go Vols. Say Rocky Top. Go Vols.
There we go.
Yeah, he's learning.
That a boy.
Right,
teaching him right. Teaching him
right. I am. All right, go see Nana. Go see Nana. Yeah, Dad. All right, so but they I'm going back to what I said. I think that's his mom, I guess, watching. But I think the ability that we have defensively and the ability that we have offensively against the opposing roster, we should be able to, no matter who's in the game, our third string guys, or second string guys, or first string guys, we should be able to take advantage of it. So, Joey, what would you like to? We're obviously, this is going to be a quick breakdown of UAB. We've talked about what they do defensively. We know they don't do them a lot, but did you target any guys, like numbers wise, that you saw on their side of the ball that you thought would give us any problems?
Man, honestly, I didn't see. I was not impressed at all with their defense. Like, I don't see us having a problem with any part of their defense. Like, I think this is I'll put it this way. I think this is a very good momentum builder going into, because, boys, Mississippi State ain't bad.
No, they're not.
I'm not trying to get into next week. They're not bad. And while they're not bad, we're coming off of a heartbreaker, and we're going into a very important. We can't start SEC play 0-2. It just can't happen. I think this is a good place game where we can score, get some frustrations out. Deadgum, get Boo Carter involved. I defensively, I don't know. I think he may have been frustrated because he couldn't get a ball to return. He tried to act stupid on one and muffed it, but thank God he landed on it.
Yep.
Anyway, I dude's a playmaker, and I think that he could change the whole darn game for you if you would give him the chance to. If you're gonna play him, then play him. Like, don't half do it. Play him. I believe he's gonna be gone after this year anyway, more than likely. So use him while you can.
I agree.
I don't think we have any problem whatsoever with their defense. I just don't. I believe we'll move the ball at will. With passing, running, it don't matter. I don't. No disrespect to our kicker, in any means, but I hope we don't have to kick a field goal at all this game.
I am glad he came back and hit that one in overtime.
Yeah, for sure.
That was a big step for him.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think
he could have absolutely folded it up like a tent and said, "You know what? I'm crushed."
Well, he's sitting there ready. Here's my 2 cents. I was special teams in high school. Like, I held for field goals, I punted, did a little bit of everything in high school. But, like, you got a guy that's getting ready to go kick the game-winning field goal, and he don't know what the crap's going on because the coach don't know what the crap he's doing.
Yeah.
We're trying to get in the middle of the field, but we run to the left, and then we try to go back, and then we get a false start, and then we go and kick instead of playing one more play with the time.
That made no sense to me.
No, it
Couldn't have
did. None
said
of
it
it made
better.
sense. And so you
Yep.
got a kicker on the sideline who is anxiously awaiting to go in during game for us, and he,
Yep.
you know, I don't know. I think I honestly, honest to goodness, I blame Josh Heupel for
I do
all
too.
that mess. For
I
every
love him
bit
to
of that
death,
game.
but I blame him too. And you
Yeah.
know what? I had quite a bit to drink Saturday night, and I was talking some things about firing him just for being stupid. But I love the man. He's a father figure to these kids, and apparently
sure.
he's a great human being. But what are you doing?
Yeah.
You let the clock run down and you center the ball and you get 3 yards because you're the University of Tennessee and you're going to go out there and you're going to get 3 yards and you're going to
Yeah.
run to the right and to get in the middle of the field. Those kind of things matter to a kicker. Those kind of things matter.
He kicked it. What did he kick it on? Second down or first down?
Yeah. Yeah.
My biggest thing is we stop being aggressive. Go try to score a freaking touchdown.
Yes, sir.
And quit holding for a field goal when it's a 40-something yard field goal, when you could go try either score a touchdown or get it to a 20-yard chip shot. That was the biggest thing that pissed me off about it. So before I get fired up and riled up over that,
You're right, though.
because
You're right.
I was
Two times, bro. He did it twice.
yeah. I
And
know.
look at what happened years ago when he did. You know
Yeah,
what?
I know.
Somebody said something the other day that I will not forget while he's the coach here. I hope it's forever because I take it back, Josh. You know, I don't want you fired for being stupid. It's one game. I cost my team calling something stupid one time. I never did it again. But somebody said, don't you think that he did his best coaching in 21 when he was at Tennessee? Because he's just letting it all hang out, man.
Yeah.
Letting it all hang out. It might have been 22, but as far as like the actual just let it roll, let it rip, we got nothing to lose. It seems like he just does better when he just balls up and gets up there. Like whoever would have thought in 22 that you would have the nerve to stand there and possibly give Bama a chance to get the ball back by taking a timeout and all that at the end of the game, like just throwing it deep and all that, going for the win, going for the throat while they're down. You got to, like you just said, go for a throw, move it downfield on play one of that series after the fumble. Just throw it downfield one good time.
Yeah.
Do it.
Why not? I mean, Brazel has made catches that
made catches right over the middle of the field.
Yeah.
All game long. Yeah. But
I think there's two truths. I mean, there's, you know, you can do what you did, and people are going to,
I'll always be there is what you're saying.
Well, I mean, someone will always be complaining about whatever you decide to do.
Yeah.
So, but my take, just the way I coach, the way it is, and I just would rather go down being aggressive than but
100%.
obviously
100%.
we're not the coach of Tennessee for a reason.
Yeah.
But I think there's something that we got to do as far as winning these close teams against elite teams. We got to go make plays when the opportunity is there to go make plays. We can't miss out on those opportunities. So, with that being said, let's get into our MVP, our main key, our score prediction, and our MVP, and then we'll wrap it up. So, Tom, I'm going to let you go first this week. I think I let Joey go first last week. You go first this week. Give us a key, your main key, the score prediction, and MVP.
Second level defense got to be key. Getting the right reads, getting the right positions, communications got to be there. We cannot be giving up. Like you said, they get rid of the ball quickly, and that's great because so does Mississippi State. They get rid of the ball real quickly, and they throw it all over the place, and they are not afraid to say we got nothing to lose. So this is good prep. And if you get good communication and you completely shut down UAB 100%, maybe give up 100 and some yards, and that's it. then you have been a success. And no penalties. I want to see, like Ty did, as well as you could ever hope for, as far as a true freshman being up against a great set of offensive players in the SEC against Georgia. Learn from those mistakes. Had 2 penalties on you. Learn from them and show that you learn from them in the game. And then, of course, if they actually play well and they get the reads right and they're doing the communicating, then it's probably going to be Arian Carter that's at the center of all of it. So I want him to be the MVP. I want him to be literally flying sideline to sideline from that center position and just making plays everywhere. Make plays in the backfield, stop a screen, make plays on over the middle routes, batting balls, everything. And I want it to be 65-0 at least. That's my prediction, but I want it to be at least 65-0. That's So that's it from me.
All right. So who's your MVP?
Arian Carter. I want him to be the MVP, and I just feel that he's due. He's got to be the one communicating it all. He's just going to he's going to step up. I feel like something in one of those defensive players that's on that field from Saturday. Who was it that got so upset because they were so invested in the game and somebody posted a video of them walking off the field?
It was somebody from Georgia. Tyree, one of them.
Yeah. Was it Tyree West? Man, you know what? Get that way and be pissed and just have that be the moment where it all clicks for you, man. You know what? Yeah, we lost to Georgia at home. Then we didn't lose another daggone game the whole year, went all the way. Just get mad because you don't have the personnel you had last year. And with all the rumors flying around, you just got to get pissed and make a play. Be disciplined, but get pissed.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. All right, Joey, what's your key score and MVP?
I want to say the interior defensive line. I want to see some pressure. I think they're key to getting some. I don't know. I want to see us get at least 5 sacks this week.
Oh yeah.
I want us to be aggressive. I can't stand when we're not aggressive on either side of the ball. That kills me. To me, there's no sense in playing the game if you're not going to be aggressive, period. I can't stand the lazy, lackadaisical crap. So I would say the interior, that's the key. I want Ty Redmond to be the MVP. I would not be mad with him having a big time game just to let some stress out, make some tackles, get a pick, do something like that. But if I picked a defensive MVP, it'd be him. But overall MVP, I'm gonna say Star Thomas. It wouldn't surprise me if he has a couple tutties for actual length instead of a couple yards. I'm gonna say the scores is probably gonna be. I'll give them a touchdown just because they got some dangerous dudes, and if they can get open, it could be like a branch type situation from Saturday. I'll say 65-7.
All right, I got you. I like it. Well, mine's going to be short and sweet. MVP. I mean, not MVP. Key to the game. Attitude. How you going to show up to this game? 12:45. Coming off a loss, non-SEC game, you're expected to win. Attitude. Score prediction: 77 to 17. 77-17. I think they do have enough athletes to go score the ball a couple times. And MVP, Travis Smith. I think he's going to get him some touchdowns this week.
Nice.
He could with Rad Jackson out too.
I just heard about that today. Yeah, they're getting thinner and thinner at receiver, that's for sure. But you know what? It looks like they got their scheme back, at least offensively. Maybe not perfectly in some moments, but as far as the general scheme goes,
no doubt. Well, all right, y'all. Hey, y'all go hit us up on Facebook, Rocky Top Sports Talk. Go hit us up on Twitter at Rocky Top Talks 1. And then like and share, subscribe, repost, retweet, whatever you do or whatever you call it. We will be back for a post-game breakdown Sunday night. We'll have a good show talking about the UAB game. So with all that being said, as always, go Vols, and y'all have a blessed day.
I'm on God time, what you want, huh? I'm on God time, what you want, huh? I'm on God time, what you want, huh? What you want, huh? I'm on God time, what you want, huh? What you want, huh? I'm on God time, what you want, huh? God time, we don't never waste.
What? Did it again.